Well, hey everyone, it is Thursday and tomorrow is market day. So I didn't get very much done yesterday. I made 2 seals on a swing and 2 frogs, one in a chick hat and one in a flower hat. That was it. But I just wanted to show you all this pricing I have to do. And I'm going to get that done and taken care of. And then maybe I can play with the crochet hook. I don't know. I just wasn't very productive. I mean, I just got the new phone set up. Hopefully volume and everything works as well as the other phone did. We're about to find out. I'm not sure where my lens is at, so if I'm not looking at you, I apologize because I don't know where to look. I don't. So, let's take a look at this. Now, it is not piled all the way to the other side of the table. There are lights and things sitting behind it, but I have that. And then I have this here. And yeah. And there's Mama Kitty. Hi, Mama. Hi, Mama. Say hi. Hi, baby. Okay, so yeah, we need to get to work so I can feel like I have accomplished something today. Okay, you guys, it is so hot. I'm ready for winter to come back already. The sun is cooking me. And since it's the season, y'all better bust out your razors. Shave them legs. She's the sparkle hair lady if you ever want to have some sparkly hair. Her name's Nicole. Oh, God. Yep, bust out those razors, shave your legs for the season, and yeah, you can roast right along with me. Yeah, I almost feel like, remember when we did that thing at the Tiki Cove, and we had to walk everything in, and it was so hot, it was just like, I didn't even set everything up, I just put the tote out. You remember that one, right? He's nodding yes, instead of speaking.
Yes, dear.
But I felt like really sick setting up there, and I feel a little bit queasy today, but I'll get over it. Once I have my Philly cheesesteak, I'll be just fine. Oh gosh. All right, it's not quite time yet, but we'll check back in if anything exciting happens.
England's got to
Look who's here all the way from the UK.
Hello.
Everybody say hi to Deb from Coastal Crochet, UK. I was cutting your head off. Okay, that was a nice visit with Deb and Mark and the friends that are with them. Oh, look at me. I look all fuzzy. It is hot. It's humid. But it's way better than it was when we first got here. So we are definitely going to have to break out the fan and make room in the car to add the fan. Because I think the heat is here. So it's been pretty steady and kind of unusual. Just different things are selling. It's been unusual, but it's been good. She's doing some sparkle hair over there. I had that done last month and none of you guys noticed that I had sparkly hair. So, yeah. Okay, so we have like another hour to go and see what else happens. But I'm going to tell you, so far, 18 car swings. 18. And this is the place I wanted to have the 50 for to see what the potential was. I'm not out of stock yet. There are a few that I have sold out of. The yellow chicks, the seals, but I only made 2 of those. The calcifer. I'm trying to think what else I had over there because I had quite an assortment. But you know what I'm going to be making. More car swings. All right, I'll check back in. Good morning, everyone. It is Sunday, March 8th, the Sunday after my Friday market. And what a market it was. It was quite the market. It was okay busy. It was hot, super hot, especially during setup, because the sun was like cooking me. I would sit there and I'm trying to get the plushies in the rack, and it's just like beating on the back of my legs. And I'd have to, like, okay, I can't. I got to come over and get in the shade for a minute and chill. I mean, it was cooking me. I felt like I was in an oven. So I'm ready for winter to come back, you guys. I am ready. So, yeah. There's that. So during the market, I had a visitor. Deb and Mark from Coastal Crochet UK. I can say it. It's a tongue twister. Stopped by for a little visit. They happen to be in Florida on vacation. And I believe tomorrow they're leaving on a cruise to the Bahamas, they said. So they have been all over the place. And this was quite an experience for them because they got to do Tampa traffic on a Friday afternoon, coming over from the Orlando area on I-4. And if you guys know anything about this area, I-4, 275, and 75 are a nightmare for traffic that time of day. You know, like the rush hour traffic. It's like dead, stop, go, stop, go. They told me they've 4 accidents on I-4 on the way over that they had to work their way through. But they were experiencing some lightning, which they don't get a lot of where they live. They got to experience the humidity, which they don't get a lot of where they live. And yeah, it was pretty warm for them. It was warm for me, I'll tell you. But she brought me a nice little gift all the way from the UK. She brought me some of the UK yarn to try. And two of them seem very similar to like Parfait Chunky. I mean, I haven't got to work with them yet. But thickness wise and feel wise, they feel like Parfait Chunky. So this one is very similar to Shell that Parfait Chunky has. Maybe not quite as orangey, but it is Yarn Smith's chenille, and it's called Blush. It has 110 yards. Feels pretty thick. So there's that one. And then she brought me some Jelly Baby. Who did I just see talking about this? I think it was Karen at Yarn and Whimsy talking about this yarn. So I get to try some. But it's Jelly Baby Glitter Chenille in metal gray. Maybe a little darker than the seal from Parfait Chunky. And this one has 131 yards like Parfait Chunky has. But I don't have a glitter gray. Look at how sparkly it is. That's cool. I can see a use for that for sure. And then this one, you guys. This one is very much like a Bernat. Oh, and the pretty colors in this. This one is Yarn Smith's Snug as a Bug Prince. Look at the colors. That was so nice of her to bring these to me. Thank you so much, Debbie and Mark. Thank you. There's 164 yards on this. What do they call this color? 2H070. Doesn't have a name. Oh boy. Like Elise Voluto, you got to keep track of the number. But it's really pretty. That, imagine if you were making unicorns, the manes that you could make with this yarn and have it be so colorful and cheery. Definitely. And then she brought me, she makes these little mini aquariums. And she does them a little bit different now. I watched her tutorial on how she made these. So she hangs the little critter, if it's a fish, she hangs it from the top so that it looks like it's swimming in the water. So this is her little aquarium. You know, it's nice for a desk thing, but she has a tutorial on how to make these. These are really cool. I like the little jar. She glues the lids closed so that, you know, it can't be opened and gotten into. And because of the style of lid, it is plenty tall enough for the plant to be in. But I thought it was really cool. These are very cool looking. And again, thank you, Deb. She even shared, in her tutorial, she even shared where she gets the little patterns for these. It's like a claw machine type pattern. But they're very cool. I like that. Some fish gravel. Now, that part is loose, but it's not coming out. You know, you just shake it and it'll go back into place. So I can see why she started hanging the fish from a string to make sure that it's placed in there right. But that's cute. That's going to sit on my desk. And she's been doing a lot of yarn shopping while she's been over here. She's going to have to get a cargo plane just to get it all home. But she had tried doing a Dollar Tree stop, and she picked up just a couple of skeins of the Just Chenille from Dollar Tree. And when she was showing that, she made a comment that it was thin enough that she might be able to use it for her little aquariums. So I have a ton of it over on this little side rack. And I went through and picked like one of each color that I had, except pink, because I only had one, and it was like, I've almost used it all. I didn't want to give her a used skein of yarn. So I gave her some of those, hoping that it's going to be something that works for her little aquariums, because I think that's one of her best sellers over there. But anyhow, it was fun. They stopped in, then they went and looked around the market, and then they stopped back before they left. And, you know, it's kind of hard to really chat with someone when you're trying to do a market, but we did the best we could. So, and it was very nice meeting them. They seem like very, very nice people. Okay, so on with the market. We got there and, you know, unloaded the car, went and parked the car. We started setting up. For the most part, setup went pretty smooth. No rain, very hot sun. It was a little bit windy at first, and then that just died. There was no breeze whatsoever. And I was like, little breeze would be fine. You know, no big wind gusts, but a little breeze would be fine. But we didn't get that. We just got the hot and humid. And shoppers. So this market runs 5:30 to 9:30, and we're going to jump into sales. And if I have pictures, I will put pictures up of what I sold, if I have any. If not, I have shown you guys absolutely every single item I have ever made. So you probably know what it is without me showing you a picture, but if you're new here, you may not know. So I try to put the pictures in if I have them. I am not the best at taking pictures of everything. So that's just a disclaimer. And you have to forgive me. I'm feeling like super allergy puffy today. A little stuffy. My eyes feel all swollen. So just bear with me. All right, so what did we sell? Well, we sold 61 items. And I'll tell you right up front, it was a smalls kind of day. Good thing I have plenty of them. Okay, so very first sale of the day, I thought was going to be the Splooting Night Fury. but it was not. It was the mini bunny snuggler that I just made. And I told you I was going to do 2. And then I was like, nah, I'm only going to do 1. Well, I sold the 1. And that was at $5.17 before the market opened. Then at $5.34, we sold a seal on a swing, and I'm sure that they thought it was a manatee. I was getting lots of comments about that. And my large amusable apple. So now I have to make some smaller ones. Actually, I like the large one. I really like how that one looked, but not sure I have enough red to do that. I'll have to go back and watch my video. Did I do it? I'm pretty sure I did it out of Parfait Chunky. If I did it out of plush, it would be ginormous. But that's okay. That would be fine. Okay, so then at $5.35, we sold a yellow chick on a swing, which looks like this. See, no picture needed. Yellow chick on a swing. At $5.36, we sold 2 chicken nugget keychains. And at $5.36, we also sold 2 of the Poggy's Place rubber duckies on a keychain. And it was the pink one with the bucket hat and a yellow one with the upside down flower as a hat. And I wasn't sure where to go with pricing on those. The duck itself is very quick to make. The little, depending on which one it is, the accessories for, the headgear, add a little bit of time to it. But I put $10 a piece on them, and the first market they went to, I didn't sell any. They got a lot of looks, a lot of comments, but I didn't sell any. But that was the rainy market, so that wasn't a good judge for anything. And then this time, they were selling. So then at $5.46, a Myrtle the Turtle, which I was not at the booth. I did a restroom run, and John was making some sales. So he sold quite a few things while I was gone. He sold Myrtle the Turtle at $5.46. He sold the snake I just did. It's the face. It is the face. Because usually, the little $10 itty bitty snakes, yeah, you can sell those all day long. Most of the time. But the bigger snakes are usually a harder sell for me. But this new pattern that I bought, it's the face. The face, I know that's what it is. So we sold that large snake, or he did. And at $5.51, a frog keychain. At $5.52, a yellow chick on the swing. At $5.54, a yellow chick on the swing. At $6.04, we sold the Della the Duck, the mallard version, snuggler, the mini, and a itty bitty demi. And at $6.26, so that was kind of a long time jump there in between purchases. It's funny because I haven't sold a chicken and egg in quite a few markets. But what I think the problem is, or was, my basket shelves were getting empty. So I took those from being on the table. And I put them up in the basket shelves. So they didn't get quite as much attention, which makes me question whether or not those shelving are a good idea. I mean, I have to have something to put the stuff in, right? And you have to have some height. But it really makes me question that. So Friday night, I pulled them back out of those shelves and had them on the table. And we actually sold a couple. So we sold the chick and the egg at $6.26. At $6.30, we sold the chicken keychain. And that is using the chicken that comes in the chick and the egg. At $6.33, we sold a penguin on a swing and an otter on a swing. At $6.36, we sold another rubber ducky keychain, and that one was the one wearing the cowboy hat. At $6.47, now this is about the time that Debbie and Mark showed up, the first time at the booth. So you know that they drove through the heat of rush hour traffic trying to get there from Orlando. I feel so bad for them. But at $6.47, a mini Della the Duck Snuggler, the yellow one. At $6.50, an itty bitty Demi. At $6.56, we sold one fancy frog, and that was the watermelon, and a chicken on a swing. And that's using this pattern. Well, this is using All From Jade's pattern, just doing it solid, but doing it in white and giving it a red comb. At $7.07, we sold one of the puppies in a bed. At $7.09, we sold the Cheetah, the one I showed you guys, and I was like, oops, I forgot the tail, and I had to go back and add a tail. And Pipsy, the pig Splooter. That was a nice transaction. And the little girl that picked out the pig, she was so cute. She was cuter than the pig was, let me tell you. She was so cute. At $7.14, we sold a frog on a swing. At $7.17, we sold the Stacy Makes pattern, the horse in overalls. And then also at $7.17, to this person's friend, we sold the pig in overalls. So I think I am completely out now of any critter of that size wearing overalls. So I need to make some of those. Last couple of markets, that style has been doing really well. And it's funny because it does well, so you make more, and then nobody looks at them. And then all of a sudden they just do well, so you make more, and then nobody looks at them. It's so hard to predict what you're going to need. And then, of course, you get like me, and you just want to make everything. What do? At $7.24, we sold a mallard on a swing. I have a phone call. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. Where were we? We did mallard on a swing. Okay, then at $7.35, we sold two, dare I say the word, pocket monsters that look very similar to a very popular anime creature game. And at $7.40, we sold a spider on a swing. Also at $7.40, we sold an itty bitty Demi. At $7.46, we sold a dashboard duck. Also at $7.46, a yellow chick on a swing. You guys, I've been getting some critical comments lately on some older tutorials that normally people just say how I did such a great job. So it kind of throws me off a little bit. It's like you're that one person that just happened to come along and you don't like my style. Well, then just move on. You don't have to tell me. But anyways, I just had one pop up and it distracted me. Sorry about that. So, yeah. At $7.49, we sold a cat on a swing, and that is from the Poggy's Place pattern where you turn the little cat bed into a swing. We sold the platypus on a swing and my last dumpster fire. Then at $7.52, we sold an itty bitty Demi. At 7:53, we sold another chicken and egg. At 7:54, hi Mama. At 7:54, we sold the frog on a swing. At 7:55, a Ninja Turtle, and it was the blue mask. At 8:02, a strawberry keychain. At 8:05, an otter on a swing. At 8:06, and this is about the time that Deb and Mark stopped back by for their, to say goodbye before they were heading back to Orlando. We sold the mini possum snuggler. Then at 8:07, we sold a calcifer keychain, but at 8:11, the lady hadn't even left the booth yet. She asked, could she exchange it for the calcifer on a swing? She wanted it in her car, and when she spotted that there was one on a swing, she asked if she could trade it and then, just pay the difference. But I did a return, keep my inventory straight, and then redid the one on the swing. Yeah. At 8:14, it gets confusing because it's like, it doesn't happen very often, and then I have to think about it. I mean, luckily, one of you guys were really good. You guys were great and told me how to do that so that it didn't mess up my inventory. But then I have to stop and think each time that it happens because it is very rare. So at 8:14, we sold a mini Oogie, and it says miscellaneous swing, but after I thought about it, I was like, usually when I put something in the keychains or the swings as miscellaneous, it's like, okay, I made one, I don't like it, I won't make it again. This one was a mushroom boy, and I must have been being lazy and not wanting to make up a new item number, and just threw it in with miscellaneous. That, or I was in a hurry. But after I was going through my stuff, I'm like, oh, I know what that was. That was the mushroom boy. And a seal on a swing. So now I'm out of seals. I only made 2, but I sell out each time. So I need to do more. At 8:28, we sold another Ninja Turtle, and this time it was the red mask that I just remade. At 8:36, we sold a twisting snake, which was the Crochet Grove pattern, and I did it like a rainbow. That one took a little bit to sell, and it's probably because of the colors. I have one more of those that I'll put out now, but that other snake with that really cool face and head, that's the one I want to make. They take a little bit longer, but that's the cool one. That's the one people like. Okay, then at 8:41, we sold the chicken on a swing. At 8:44, we sold my last Pammy Dolls cat. I forgot I needed to make those, and another mini Oogie. At 8:54, we sold another Ninja Turtle, and it was orange. Now I have just one orange and one blue, or no, purple left, so I have to make Ninja Turtles. Luckily, those are fast. At 8:58, itty bitty snake and a frog keychain. At 9 o'clock, we sold a chicken on a swing. And at 9:38 is the last transaction of the night. It was a frog keychain. Now, normally, that last part of the night is pretty busy. But I'll tell you what was going on Friday night. So, I knew it was getting close to time, And it's like, let me go use the restroom now so I don't have to stop when we're trying to break down or right before we leave to use the restroom for our long drive home. Everybody down that strip, all these people were breaking down at 9 o'clock. And I'm talking to the point where their tables are being folded up and canopies are coming down. When the customers, the people that are there for the market to shop, see that this stuff is coming down, they think it's over. And the crowd was like, boom, it was just gone. So I'm going to, I hate being the squeaky wheel and the complainer, but I'm going to have to contact the market coordinator and mention that, because that's not right. We pay to be there for 4 hours, and people should not be allowed to do that. And just like, you don't have to leave at exactly 9:30. You start breaking down and packing up your stuff at 9:30. You ruin it for other people by doing that. And you could tell, I mean, instantly, once that strip started to break down like that, the people were just, I mean, gone. And usually, you might get one or two at this market that do that. But this was a whole bunch of people. And I can't imagine that they were all having a bad night, because there was quite the crowd. So, I'm whining and complaining, but I just, that bothers me. I am not one that breaks down early. I usually wait an extra 10 or 15 minutes to break down, especially if it's a busy market. Unless the weather is bad or it's one of those markets that it was just totally dead, like there are no customers walking around, then I'll start to break down early. But still, I'm there till the end. You know, my tables aren't coming down. I might be taking, little things getting started to break down. But yeah, that bugs me. People should not do that. It's not fair to everyone else. Anywho, all right, let's see what my sales were. Friday, March 6th. So, with the exchange, the return, and she repurchased, my net sales, well, that wouldn't really be net, but my sales, taking that into consideration, were $813. So, and for a smalls night, that is excellent. That was very good. 74% of my sales were on card, and that was $598, and 26% of my sales were in cash at $215. My square fees were $20.70 for a net total of $792.30. Not very bad at all. So we did 26 plushies, which seems kind of low. It does. 20 swings. And this is the market that I said I wanted 50 for, just to see what the potential was. And we even restocked one time through the night. Like, when I sold I didn't realize it was the last, but when I sold the last yellow chick on a swing, ouch, I asked John if we had some more, and he went out there and restocked with some of the other things that we had. We sold 11 keychains, which is very good for keychains. We sold 4 mini loveys, which is very good for the loveys. The only thing I was a little disappointed in was the amusables. We only sold one, but I think it's because I put them in those white wire baskets. They weren't getting the attention they usually get. Now, a lot of people picked up and noticed the pistachio. They just didn't get the attention that they get when I have it on the table in a basket. But I had more this time, and they didn't fit in one basket. And I wanted the chicks and the eggs on the table, so it kind of took away from being able to have 2 baskets. So I'm going to have to figure something out with that. So that makes it hard when there's just, I couldn't display them the way I wanted to. And I think that was the issue this time. I did sell the Big Apple, but they did not get the attention they usually get. Anyways, everything's not going to be a winner at every market, right? So, what were my best sellers? In the plushie category, we sold 4, coming in at number 1, we sold 4 Itty Bitty Demis, 3 Ninja Turtles, and we had 3 items tie for 3rd place at 2, the mini Oogie Boogie, the 2 Pocket Monsters, you know what I mean, and 2 Chicks in the Egg. For swings, our best sellers in swings were 4 Yellow Chick on a Swing. Of course, they're on a swing because I'm in the swing category. 3 chickens and 2 seals. 2 frogs, 2 otters. So it would have been more seals if I had more seals. But like I said, they think they're manatees. They are what you think they are. In the keychain category, we have a tie for best sellers. 3 frogs, 3 of the Poggy's Place duckies. Ouch. And then 2 chicken nuggets, and the others were 1, 1, 1. Loveys, they were all 1s, and there was only 1 amusable. So we sold a total of 61 items between all categories. It was, I already did the breakdown, but yeah, 61 between all categories. So it was a good night. It was just a smalls night. Ouch. We only had 2 large items sell. And that was the Cheetah and the pig Splooter. So you just never know. Like that rainy day market, I sold quite a few bigger items. You just never know what's going to go. So, yeah. Anyhow, that is what I have. And I am going to go edit this and try to get over my allergy puffiness, like, you know what I'm saying. These hurt the back of my ears. They had to bend them so they would stay on, and then now they like hurt the back of my ears. But anyways, Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, we will be live with Heather on Heather's channel. And yeah, then you guys can help me out and try and figure out what I can use these oddball colors of Parfait Chunky on. Yes, we can do that. So we'll see you there.